Vanitas is darkness in one of the most literal ways possible. Vanitas is an extremely popular Kingdom Hearts character, and he has a very cult-like following similar to other characters like Roxas, Xion, Aqua, Riku. I mean, it makes sense too, because the way he was introduced to us was that he was basically an evil Sora. We knew he was darkness, we knew he was the dark part of Ventus's heart, at least that's what they kind of insinuated, or rather what we assumed for the longest time until the Kingdom Hearts Key Saga came into play. But it was actually revealed during Kingdom Hearts Dark Road a couple of years ago in a cutscene during Birth by Sleep time where Xehanort is actually having a very confrontational moment with Vanitas, where Xehanort is talking about a bunch of stuff that is crazy that he knows about. Like, he knows about how all of the darknesses were trapped and how a lot of the darknesses were quote-unquote defeated or trapped in Daybreak Town, though he knows they're going to return eventually, how the Lost Master's disappearance might be associated with this. He basically lore dumps Vanitas on a lot of events that happened during the Kingdom Hearts Key days before Dark Road, and then basically talks about how Vanitas did not come from Ventus's heart, despite Vanitas pretending that he did. Vanitas actually was just pulled out of Ventus. Vanitas is not Ventus's darkness. He was just sitting inside of Ventus's heart for a really long time. A cutscene we got an extension of in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind where he also says this. Now, at that time, we did not know what this fully meant. A lot of people assumed, or a lot of people theorized, that Vanitas was darkness, which did turn out to be true, but rather Vanitas is part of a hive mind that is darkness, or darknesses. These being the main villains of Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to assume, after the Lost Masters. I think we're going to have a little bit of a turmoil, a confrontation with the Lost Masters, which is eventually going to conclude with us kind of being on their side, or rather coming together to fight a greater evil in the darknesses. This is part of the Master's plan in general, but I have a feeling that this conflict is going to turn into an all-out battle where we side with basically everyone from Kingdom Hearts and fight like these beings. These are the series-ending villains, I feel like. Nomura last year talked about how Kingdom Hearts 4 is a game being made in mind with the ending of Kingdom Hearts, which was very sad to hear, but hey, it has to happen one day. And I think the introduction of darkness is happening not too long before that interview in 2021 with Union Cross, 2022 bigger explanation in Dark Road. I definitely think these villains were made in mind to be the series ending villains. I mean, we've been fighting darkness throughout the entire Kingdom Hearts series, and now they introduced the core of darkness, the beings that sprout everything, that sprout all the darkness you see in the Realm of Darkness, in Traverse Town, these Heartless, all the enemies we fought throughout Kingdom Hearts, all our adversaries, you could say stem from these things, stem from their corruption and influence on the world. So this begs the question, because Vanitas is a very popular character, so there's a lot of people who want Vanitas to return in Kingdom Hearts 4, but will he return as Vanitas, or will we just return as one of these blobs of darkness that we see? I think it would be very interesting to see Vanitas and see that like version of darkness return. Vanitas no longer has a form. It's kind of hard to tell now because of the lore specifics of darkness kind of just being pulled out of Ventus's heart, because what's the vessel in this instance? Like, how is Vanitas able to have like a body? How is this darkness able to have a body? Vanitas took the form of Sora because Sora had made a connection with Ventus at the time, but it's hard to tell if this version of Vanitas counts as him having a form, because where did he get the form from? There could be a crazy oversight there on my end, but it's definitely not made visually like clear. So let's talk a little bit more about Vanitas in Kingdom Hearts 4, or darknesses returning in Kingdom Hearts 4, and that hypothetical. I actually think the darknesses might not make their appearance in KH4, at least yet. I actually think that the secret bosses of Kingdom Hearts 4 could potentially end up being maybe the Master or being the darknesses, because they would probably be the series ending villains. So I think whatever games come after Kingdom Hearts 4, whatever arc or saga we're in after Kingdom Hearts 4 will probably be when we see the Darknesses again. But I definitely think they're going to be referenced. I definitely think they're going to be talked about, but I don't know if we're going to see them or fight them in KH4. And then Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be very much so a game focused on Quadratum, focused on the Master, focused on the Foretellers, and just following up off of the epilogue. And wherever it stems from that, maybe we'll see Darknesses, maybe we won't. But Nomura knows how popular Vanitas is. Like, it's actually really surprising. I would actually go out of my way to say Vanitas is as popular, if not more popular, than some of the Birth by Sleep characters. And it's just because he's seen as evil Sora. That's how he was introduced to a lot of people. Seeing that initial reveal of like Sora's face when he finally saw Vanitas' face was freaking crazy. And Haley Joel Osment obviously does a amazing job playing that character, playing that role. You could tell he's having a ton of fun with it. I believe there are some fans, there is some interest in Vanitas returning and kind of having his own little villain arc. We've had Vanitas as a villain from Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 3, but he's always playing the role of kind of like teasing Ventus, kind of pretending to be Ventus's other half, you know? But really, he is darkness, and maybe he just wants to eradicate a pure light in Ventus. And I think not only maybe continuing a version of that story, but having him kind of just go full like villain, super villain mode, and being this darkness like on par with the darkness who we saw basically single-handedly. This is the same darkness actually. This one darkness who is Vanitas apparently, this darkness single-handedly cooked every single Union leader except for Ventus because of some like pure light shenanigans. And admittedly, we don't know exactly how to power scale the Union leaders or old Keyblade wielders to ours. I'm sure they're going to make up some sort of like reason for why they might be like way stronger, at least for the Foretellers, because they have to be formidable for us to like see them as villains or at least see them as antagonists for this arc. But the darkness is taking out multiple Keyblade wielders like at once. This one darkness doing that still shows like how powerful these things are. Like these things are maybe on par with the Master, because the Master was talking about in Union Cross how he had to run away from them. Like he's been fighting them basically his whole life, and this is the reason the Book of Prophecies and all these plans and him being so smart and doing all of this is why this is happening, because he wanted to run away from these things. So Vanitas like basically being unleashed, this darkness being unleashed, even if it's just one for now, and then like we beat him, we beat this like super villain version of Vanitas, and then we find out, okay, there's 6 more of these things, or at least 6 more of the strongest versions of these things. That could be cool. That could be a cool way to end off a game. That could be a sick way to just have the Guardians, have Sora just feel this like doom and gloom, and maybe to even expand upon that or go a different route. What if the Guardians are fighting darkness in the realm of light and Sora doesn't know about it, and because they're having so much trouble, this is like even more of a reason for why Sora needs to come back. He needs to come back, him and Riku, because 2 of some of their strongest Keyblade wielders being gone, being missing, and they have to fight these like crazy pure forms of darkness. It could just be an amazing story. It could be a very interesting story. It could be a very traumatic story like the Key Saga. And this is a lot of what I'm excited about for KH4. And Vanitas could be a key to all of this. Like, a lot of people, like, back in the day, I wasn't believing it. I'll admit, I was one of those guys. I didn't believe the Vanitas' darkness theories. But with the way Dark Road, like, told this interaction, and the way the story could be shaping up with Quadratum, with Riku and Sora gone in this world, potentially Mickey too, by the way. I always say, I think the 3 strongest Keyblade wielders in the Guardians of Light are Mickey, Sora, and Riku. You could maybe throw Aqua in there as well, but I definitely think those are the strongest of, like, the Keyblade wielders. Like, those are the most technical prowess, the most raw strength Keyblade wielders that we have. And 3 of them could potentially be missing because Mickey's going to Scarlet Column to do some like research stuff. And a lot of people theorize in the community that Mickey's going to get snatched up by the Foretellers. Like the Foretellers are going to be waiting for him like the Anbu Black Ops and just like cook this man. He's going to be gone too. So a lot of our Guardians might get cooked in KH4. Maybe. Big maybe. We have no idea how the route of the story is going to go. I'm just theorizing. I'm just yapping. I'm just talking. Vanitas in Kingdom Hearts 4, I think, could be an exciting character if he's in Kingdom Hearts 4 again. But tell me some of your thoughts down below, because I think Vanitas, or Darkness rather, I don't know if we're going to still be calling him Vanitas in the future. Like, he might just be a form blob thingamajig, but like a 3D model version of it that we saw in Union Cross. I don't know what they're going to do visually for the Darknesses. It's going to be fascinating for sure. Maybe they're just going to do a dark portal for the Darknesses and just like some fog effects over them. Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to figure that out. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed and want to support the channel even further, we do have a Patreon where you can get early access to new videos, podcasts, and snippets on upcoming projects. Check that out in the link down below in the description. Shout out to all my patrons, and remember to be nice, be safe, and take care, everyone.